Max's Muscle TV is here with Ange Galati, a world champion bench presser and a bloke with some of the best biceps in the business. Let's show you how he built them and why we call him Mr. Arms. Have a look at this. Now, as we show you with your bicep curls, you've got to straighten your arm at the bottom of the movement, push your elbows forward and drag it up. We call this doing it the hard way. We're not looking for easy angles and shortcuts. We actually want to make this movement as hard as we can. By keeping his elbows forward at the bottom of the movement, there's no chance of cheating. You see the biceps working through the full range of motion, which is very important if you want to get full, well-built arms like Ange Galati. Now we're doing dumbbell curls. Alternate's the best way to go with these, where you do one arm at a time. Once again, the most important thing in this movement is to have your arms straight at the bottom of the movement. See, Ange keeps his palms forward all the time. He drags it up and actually makes it hard. You can see his bicep peaking and flexing at the top of the movement, and more importantly, you can see it stretching and getting a full range from the bottom of the movement. If you find that you've found a way to make your biceps easy, you're probably wasting a bit of time and doing it all wrong. I'm always going on about good posture. I'm actually going to tell you, in this one you need bad posture. You've got to slump right over the machine. This is a hammer strength preacher curl. You can do this with a normal cable preacher, but the hammer strength has the ability of isolating the movement even more, and it gives you a beautiful stretch at the bottom of the movement. The angle of the cam means that it's the same amount of pressure all the way up and all the way down. So you don't get those easy flat spots. You know that, Ange, with a normal curl, one part of it's easy, one part of it's hard. With the hammer strength machine, it's an even amount of weight distributed right through the range of motion, so the isolation is always on your bicep. You're always going to feel this directly in your bicep. It's absolute perfect form and a perfect movement. Great one to finish off, or even to start off your biceps with, because it works the whole muscle top to bottom. You see Ange's biceps actually peaking up more and more each time he does a rep. We'll get him to do 2 more, provided they don't pop. They're really getting a great pump, and Ange is known for his biceps. He's got a terrific peak on them, as you can see, as he flexes it up. And this comes with maturity and with years and years of training. Well done, Ange. Another version of the hammer strength bicep curl is to do a single arm curl. This is, I guess, a cross between a preacher curl and a concentration curl, which we'll show you both of. Ange, if you just demonstrate, he twists his body slightly, he's right over the thing. You've got to keep it nice and tight under your arm, and you can really isolate. The beauty of this is you can let your arm out all the way, straighten it, stretch it, and then drag it up. And because you're doing one arm at a time, you can really concentrate on that bicep, put all of your energy into that one body part, and that's what it's all about. You do your 2 arm ones first, and then finish off with your single arm ones. You can really push yourself with that. You see with Ange's bicep, it's going all the way there and just getting a tremendous flex out of this movement. Here we are with Max's Muscle TV and Ange Galati. We're doing a concentration curl. Take note of how you do it, because you really have to concentrate. Maybe that's how they come up with the name. It's all about isolating the bicep. You've got to keep your arm forward. You can rest it on your knee, but don't push it against your knee. You'll see that when Ange pulls it up, his biceps doing all the work, and most importantly, straightens his arm at the bottom of the movement. You see his arm straightening at the bottom of the movement. If you don't get that hang, then you're not doing it right. You'll see also that he's pointing it out in my direction. He's not bringing it in across his body. It's parallel, I guess, to his, perpendicular, I should say, to his leg. Coming straight up like that with his palm facing forward. There's no twisting, there's no changing the angle. It's just like that. That's a perfect concentration curl, Ange Galati. Here we are with Max's Muscle TV again, and we've got a great variety of the preacher curl. This is the one that everyone will know. It's different than the machine ones. This works very good. Most gyms have a preacher curl bench. I believe in a straight bar rather than an EZ bar, because it really keeps the pressure on your biceps. We'll show Ange as he sits down over the bench. Very importantly, to get nice and snug in here when you sit down. You don't want a big gap up there, or else you're going to lever off your elbows. It's not about leverage, it's about bicep isolation. He grabs that at shoulder width. You'll see once again he's straightening his arms all out of the way down at the bottom of the movement, and that's where he puts the effort into the movement. He drags it up and isolates those biceps again. Very important to get that full range of motion. Have your arms completely straight at the bottom of the movement. There's no better example of how to do a preacher curl than this. If you're trying these at your gym, try cutting your weight back and getting this full range of motion, stretching at the bottom. Make sure it's tight under your arms and you're not just levering or throwing or bouncing the weight up. And every time you do that, it's going to get bigger and stronger. Well, that completes our bicep workout with Ange Galati, 3 times Mr. Australia and a world champion bench presser. We'll be back later to show you how he benches. Right now we're going to have a look at these biceps and those fantastic abs. Right, double bicep shot, Ange. Show those biceps and flex those abs down. We'll get you to spin around to the back and do your double biceps from the back. That's where you can see his shoulders, his traps, his lats, and most importantly, the peak in those biceps. It's amazing. Not everyone can develop an arm like this, and it takes years and years of dedicated training. It doesn't happen overnight, it doesn't happen by accident. Good nutrition, good supplements, good training, and plenty of rest, and you can end up looking like Ange Galati.